Let's do something a little bit different, shall we? Well, let's run a couple of infields. At least this is what it's colloquially referred to as. We're just going to go ahead and dissect a couple of different approaches here and how they end up paying off. All right, it's old school terminology. It's something that's been around for a minute, but haven't had the opportunity to really dissect anything here. So this story's been going around for a little while, and of course it's because, oh, take a look at that guy. He got shot down. Oh, and then he ended up losing his game. So you can make fun of men, and it's totally fine. Okay, men can be losers. Two-time losers in this case, but oh no, God, can't make fun of a woman who just, is single and lonely and crying at 40 years old because of her terrible life decisions. Of course, we can't be doing that. But again, this is just terrible game, especially if you just take a look at it in face value. I can try to fill in a couple of the blanks here and just tell you what is obviously also going along. But then also, hey, if this is everything that's going on, even with what we see here, terrible game. Never, ever do anything like this. And it also just kind of piggybacks off of a couple of other videos that we were looking at again as well. Guys who just have one track mind on one thing, okay? Guys who either blow up to be one of the biggest and the pop singers ever, especially with Adam Levine having zero goddamn game. Antonio Brown thinking that he's waving his massive dick around in a pool, thinking that that's top tier game because it worked for him in the past. And again, once you reach a certain level of clout, you could walk into a room and somebody just goes, oh my God, do you know who that is? Yup, that's, I got the Stones over there. So I was just going to say, oh my God, that's Mick Jagger. He could just walk into the middle of a dance floor and go, ah! And somebody would suck his dick, guaranteed. Average women can do that. High top tier fraction of 1% guys can do that. But outside of that, you need to be the complete package. Okay, so this guy right here, he's a Mississippi State safety. Okay, so he's a secondary player on a secondary team. Okay, likely more, he has a shot of making the league. Okay, let's keep it a buck. And football player, this is. Black guy trying to pick up an Instagram thought. Okay, it's another fucking day that ends in Y. But this is terrible, absolutely terrible game. But let me fill in the gap here. Obviously, there's some DMs that are going on, okay? This isn't just... This looks like a TikTok comment that we're seeing here, okay? Yeah, it says TikTok right there. First of all, don't be replying to any comments out there. Don't be putting your fucking conversations on public, okay? If you're trying to pick up a bitch online, it all goes down in the DMs. That's it. Always know, even if this goes down in private, okay, always know that she's liable to go ahead and try to paint you in the worst light by releasing those DMs. So you got to hold and maintain your frame, and you can't be looking at this, or you can't be looking like Jordan Morant is right now, okay, because it's just a terrible fucking message that's out there. And also using emojis. What are you, fucking 90 years old, being a fucking boomer out here? Like, emojis are absolute asshole cancer unless it's an opener that's out there. Okay, just text a bitch a random fucking fruit or something like that. I, for one, I'll just go ahead and give up my game for a second. Grapes. Text some grapes. And just an emoji of grapes. And it's like, the fuck is this? And it's like, bitches love grapes. Peeled or unpeeled. And then, hey, you can just kind of figure out where the conversation goes from there. This is a little free game that's out there. But again, if you think that this is the only conversation that's being had, you're sorely mistaken. But he also committed another cardinal sin. He's being self-deprecating to a woman. Never do that, okay? You can shit talk with your boys, but thinking that you're painting yourself in a good light, that you're being just, a little bit more sympathetic, you're more in touch with yourself, you're emotionally vulnerable with a woman. Shit like that doesn't fucking work. You passed shit test number 1 out there. Took 2 L's in one night. Ha ha ha. I tried to hit up a girl in public and then, we ended up losing our game as well. No, but that's all right. I can be a little self-deprecating. I can realize the situation that I am. See, I got a good sense of humor about this. Okay, again, just play this out. Realpolitik this for a moment. Why would she want to suck the dick of a 2-time loser? Answer me that question. Terrible fucking game. Never, ever do this. Okay, let's get into more of this stuff, because again, he's not bad. He shot a shot. He just, unfortunately decided to point the barrel in his fucking mouth before he pulled the trigger. Mississippi State safety Jordan Morant suffered 2 losses when the LSU Tigers defeated the Bulldogs earlier this month. Ahead of the Week 3 matchup, Morant tried to shoot his shot with LSU gymnast Olivia Dunne, who didn't seem amused when he called her out in a TikTok video. And again, why are you trying to do that in public? I would hope, but again, the more that we take a look at this situation, I don't really know if he initiated anything in the DMs prior to this public admission of his love, or I don't fucking know, just because he thought that he'd be in the same place, okay? He'd be on her home turf, making a bold proclamation, because again, this is the LSU Tigers. I think that they're doing good this year. I don't pay close enough attention to college football to know where the Tigers are at right now, but if that's her home squad and you're making these big claims that you guys are going to come in there and dog walk them, better make it sure that it's all in the fucking bag before you decide to go into enemy territory and then just try to pick off one of their top women. Bold strategy, Cotton, and it didn't pay off for him. Ahead of the week 3 matchup, Morant tried to shoot a shot with LSU Gymnast Olivia Dunne, who didn't seem amused. Yes. When we play LSU tomorrow and Olivia Dunne out there somewhere, Morant wrote in the clip that featured him arising from bed, transitioning the frame to a busy highway outside his window. Was he saying that she belongs to the streets? Because you might have won me back there with that, because that's kind of funny. I don't blame him for shooting his shot. Like, that's a pretty bad bitch right there, okay? In shape, a gymnast, which is always a plus. No visible tattoos, a lot of makeup. I'd have to do a little bit more digging into this, but I think that there's probably already quite a few red flags that are on display right there. That would lead me to believe that treading lightly is more or less, the right strategy on this. At the time, Dunn wrote in the comments, "Good luck, but go Tigers." Morant, whose Bulldogs suffered a 31-16 loss. Oof, they got fucking torched. And if he's a safety and then they ended up scoring 31 against his defense, yeah, really good look for you, my guy. Later replied, 2 L's in one night. That's not going to put you back in her good graces for the reasons that I already described. Morant added that hashtag jokes in his caption. No, self-owns would be a little bit more appropriate. It's unclear if anything came from the social media exchange. I would guarantee not. Because again, if she's at LSU, she has plenty. Do I want to say it? Yeah, I do. Plenty of black dick to run through if she so desires. As for Dunne, who turns 20 next month, delicious. She's profiting off the NCAA's name, images, and likenesses rule change, securing brand deals with the help of millions and millions of followers on both TikTok and Instagram. Oh yeah, she's all right. We know that she's for the streets right there. Okay, big on social media. Huge red flag. Tread extremely lightly and don't be taking her seriously. But again, great shape, incredible shape. Not bad. I'd give her, that's about as good as she's going to look. She's an 8. I can confidently say that. She's definitely an 8. That's a bad bitch right there. My guy probably has a higher ceiling if he makes it to the league. He's in the SEC after all. He's at least going to get a look. He might be a late round pick. I don't know anything about his ceiling. Okay, I don't know if he's a top, secondary pick or something like that. But all you know that his mind is not entirely on the field. And if he's looking elsewhere, I don't know if Mississippi State's properly taken care of him, but we've also heard those NCAA recruit stories, so it leads me to believe that this guy isn't exactly on her level, because she's an 8 with millions and millions of Instagram followers. You have to at least be on her level with an upward trajectory, okay? If you're going to be a high round pick, if you're going to be a first or second round pick, okay, going to a good team, you definitely have a shot. And that's 1,000%, okay? But if you're going to be on the come up there, hey man, sucks to suck, I guess. Dunne, a Hillside, New Jersey native. Oh, okay, cool. Signed with WME Sports for representation last month. Yeah, no, she belongs to the streets. The gymnast announced her first exclusive brand partnership with activewear brand Vuri. I don't give a fuck. Deal follows up brands with a whole bunch of other fucking shit, and I'd consider just, a basic bitch. I'm rooting for this dude. Hopefully it's a learning situation. And again, don't be self-deprecating. If you want to initiate any sort of conversation, it goes down in the DMs. And never, ever, ever publicly reply, because it just makes you look like a simp, okay? It's not marking your territory. That's fucking bitch-made behavior. But let's go on to a guy who's actually fucking winning, okay? Somebody who I have a great amount of respect for. Jim Edmonds, specifically, okay? He played for the California Angels back when they were the California Angels, okay? And then more specifically for the St. Louis Cardinals. Like, this dude, he was one of the best center fielders to ever fucking play the game. 8-time Gold Glove winner, okay? Probably should be in the Hall of Fame, or at least in the conversation, okay? Unfortunately, got kicked off the ballot for I don't know what fucking reasons, because this dude, he's a Hall of Famer in my book, okay? And I got very high standards when it comes to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I would definitely trade positions with him and Craig Biggio 9 days out of the week. But I got to dock him points, okay, specifically for being married 4 different times. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? But he is big winning out here, okay, because this dude, former athlete, keeping himself, looks like he's ready for a fucking fight, if we're being completely honest. He's keeping himself in top tier shape, ditching one bitch that was giving him headaches only to fuck her much hotter, much younger friend. God bless you, Jim Edmonds. Meghan King's ex-husband. I don't know who that is, but we'll find out. She looks like... Actually, I got a pretty good analogy on this one. Once we get to her. Okay. Meghan King's ex-husband, Jim Edmonds, married Courtney O'Connor in Lake Como, Italy on Sunday. And again, just small reception with a few people, I guess, or something like that. Nice dress. Bad bitch right there. A former baseball player, not just any former baseball player, like this dude was top tier, okay? He's one of the best defensive center fielders and integral to those late 2000s Cardinals teams, Scott Rowland, Chris Carpenter, Pujols. Was Molina there yet? I think so, maybe. He could have just been young Yachty at the moment, but goddamn, that was a bad fucking team. Bad team. Bad isn't good. Anyways, the former baseball player who had a nasty split from Real Housewives of Orange County alumni in 2019 kept the ceremony small with only 32 guests. Well, again, it's your 4th fucking marriage, which why you're on the cusp of being probably a Veterans Committee selection for the Hall of Fame in some point in the future, but 4 marriages? You're only like 50 something at this point. What the fuck's wrong with you? Yes, 32 guests before saying I do before the sunset in Giordano della Moscano via. Who brought the fucking gabagool? What? No fucking ziti? This is a truly dream wedding of ours in a beautiful location surrounded by some of the most important people of our lives. O'Connor, 37. Normally bad, but again, hey, Jim Edmonds, 52 years old, bagging a 37-year-old off a breakup from somebody in her 40s. God bless this man. And I was digging up information on her specifically, but this is good. This is incredibly good because her profile, very lacking. Very, very lacking. Okay, like I seen a couple of things on her IMDb page, which, given the time frame of this stuff, she was a former Playboy digital centerfold, okay, but this was back in the late 2000s, so really before the explosion of social media. Like, outside of a couple of photo shoots for, Playboy, not in her bedroom flicking her bean for $5 a month, like a prolific publication, okay, not having any kids to speak of, okay, having a very low profile on social media. That's a fucking winner. That's who you do more than just pump and dump, okay? Those are green flags right there. Here she is. Like, there's very few pictures, okay, outside of, I guess, an Instagram account. We should probably do the Instagram account, okay? But again, it's like the way that they'll detail it here, this biography daily. It's again, like I had a difficult time finding anything on her because she doesn't have a big social media presence. She doesn't have a big online presence, which again, big fucking W out there. You don't need somebody who's e-girling her way through the fucking internet, okay? There's nothing good that can come out of that. She's, yes, a real estate agent, model, and Instagram personality. Her Instagram boasts 27,100 followers, okay? 314 posts. That's a little bit troubling, but we'll have to take a look here. I haven't seen that beforehand. Okay. She started her career at Nova Star Mortgage, 2005, loan processor, 208. She went over there. 2015, worked as a loan consultant. That's all nice and well and good. Don't care. She worked at a bunch of different places. Okay. She's had job security for a long time. Great. Another fucking plus, at least in my book. Okay. And again, this is where I'll differ from some people out there. Okay. And I'm looking for a long-term situation, or at least somebody to take seriously. I don't mind if they have a job, but again, if their job is their entire life, that's kind of a negative. Okay, I just want proof of concept that they can show up on time, dress appropriately, follow some sort of rules, but then at a moment's notice, if I decide to snatch them up like that, those values that have already been put on display can be translated to a successful relationship. That's my standards. It's not necessary, okay, but to just show that it's a solid individual that's out there, I appreciate that. But let's just keep it a buck because this could be totally undone with her. Now 324 posts. Well, she just got married, so that's obviously gone up. Only by 10 though? That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Okay, so you got all of her, what are those, reels or something like that? Okay, so wedding, bridal show, bachelorette party. That's kind of that's a red flag. I'll just say that. Workouts, that's fine. Work, that's fine. Concerts, okay, all well and good. Cabo Cardinals game. Hey, see, that's what happens. Here's another thing. Okay, when a man holds a certain frame in a relationship, a strong frame, the only frame that's acceptable, she starts to like what you like. Okay. 37th birthday. Yeah, just a bunch of St. Louis. I think I've seen some pictures that they live in Missouri. From Wolfpack. Okay. Yeah, nothing up there in the reels that I find too disgusting. A bunch of trips though, but they're kind of spaced apart. So, yeah, nothing terrible. Nothing terrible. Health, wellness, adventure in life, CESD model and talent, LA. That's great. A bunch of wedding pictures, nothing wrong with that. Oh, she's on a yacht. Did she get got? I don't think so. Who the fuck is that? All right, she likes taking pictures with people that are less attractive than her. I appreciate that. Yeah, nothing really hoish so far. Motivational pictures. Here again, there she is with Jim, and it's like, that's good body positioning. That is good body language right there. Hand is in the pocket. Speaking of Jim right here, okay? Hands in the pocket. Or pocket with his thumb in the pocket, okay? Not hand in the pocket, awkwardly, like, oh, I don't know where it's going. Grabbing on to the lower back. She's facing him. He's facing the camera. I've got nothing wrong with that picture at all whatsoever. One bikini picture, which is nothing terribly wrong with that. Not posing for the camera. More travel shit. Oh, that's a cute dog. That's a little troublesome. Work out in your undies, 2017. I'm really finding nothing terribly objectionable about this. Friend wedding, that's not her. She's not vacationing alone, because that's another big red flag that's out there. If you see a girl traveling alone, yeah, not only is she landing at a bunch of different airports, but she's landing on a lot of random dick, if you know what I mean. Yeah, there's her in Playboy, which is again, oh no, shucks. Married a former Playboy model. Oh no, that's terrible. Posting Johnny Depp memes before it was cool. That's pretty based. Like, again, we're just about at the bottom here, and I don't find anything terribly objectionable, and we're going back way in the cut. This is the type of Instagram profile that you want to find in your potential long-term relationship. Just keeping it a buck, okay? Everything is either related sporadically to her modeling career, everything's either family-oriented, or it's just sporadic as well. Somebody who's not constantly on the fucking internet. That's just a big W by Jim out there. Just saying. Yeah, there she is with his family. Prior to our Connor, the athlete was married to... Oh, right, that the ex-wife King or whatever. They share 3 kids together. Daughter Aspen, twin boys Hart and Hayes. That's nice. Those ones there, I guess. Yeah, and there she is. She looks like if you put Cameron Diaz and... what's her name? Kate Goslin in the washing machine together. And this is where you get... bad body positioning. Okay, I'm not entirely sure where that picture was taken. Okay, but she has a certain level of clout for being on Real Housewives of Orange County, I guess, or some shit like that. But he's facing her with one of the most awkward smiles that I've ever seen in my entire life. He's holding 1 kid as opposed to 2. He should be holding the boys instead of just 1, okay, because she needs to show off how good of a mother she is. Oh my god, I can take on the world. And he's just supplicating by standing behind her. Feet are pointed at her. She's in the foreground, not paying him any mind. He is superfluous to this entire situation. But it just goes to show you everything that was real terrible. Because I've seen this story pop up again, and it's like, I've never heard anything bad about Jim Edmonds. So what the fuck? King, who recently dismissed 2 protective orders against her ex-husband, told Page 6 that she wants to set the best example for her kids, and she's totally not mad and not upset, and I'm not going to die alone. I still got my kids, and my kids love me. Amid co-parenting with Edmonds, the former reality star, sucks to suck, I guess, on from Edmonds and married President Joe Biden's nephew. Oh yeah, really? Coof Biden Edwards. I don't know. Biden Owens. I don't give. Who the fuck is that? On October 2021. The marriage was short-lived after they split after 2 months. Oh yeah, he couldn't even handle that cunt, even though that Jim Edmonds stuck it out for 5 years. And there's the beaten and battered man that you see right there, as opposed to that fucking winner right there, my man. Edmonds has previously married Leanne Edmonds Horton, okay, and the 2 welcomed 2 now adult daughters, Lauren and Haley, with his late wife who died in 2015. Oh, that sucks. After the split, he married Allison Racky, 2008, whom he has a daughter Sutton and son Landon. And again, now his current wife has no prior kids, which is another big fucking W. Jim Edmonds out there used to be catching balls left, right, and center, and now married a former Playmate model who can return the favor for him. There you go. 2 former athletes running 2 let's get this bitch out of here, fucker. 2 athletes, 2 different stages in life. One is winning, and one hopefully will learn from his mistakes. But hopefully you can as well. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.